Well, well, well. Looks like you've met your end, my friend. Not to worry. It happens to the best of us. Life keeps on ticking like a clock with a particularly lazy woodpecker. Not for you, of course. Bless your cotton socks, but for the rest of us. Speaking of clocks, reminds me of a curious tale with my good pal Orville. It was a crisp autumn afternoon, leaves crunching underfoot like popcorn in a hippo's oven. We were strolling through the park, admiring the squirrels stocking up on acorns like they were preparing for the great nut famine. Orville, bless his heart, was squinting at the squirrels, his trunk wrinkled in confusion. "Hippo," he rumbled, "how do those little fellows remember where they bury all their nuts?" Now that set me to thinking. Nuts buried here, nuts buried there. How do they keep track of it all? I scratched my head, a feat that looked more like a mini earthquake than a simple itch. Maybe, I mused, they have a secret map tattooed on their bellies, invisible to human eyes. Orville's trunk shot up, his eyes wide as frisbees. Tattooed maps. You don't think so, do you, Hippo? Stranger things have happened, I declared, puffing out my chest like a balloon about to burst. Maybe they sing the locations to each other in a high-pitched, squeaky code. Orville pondered this, stroking his chin with his trunk like a thoughtful philosopher. Squirrely opera, eh? Sounds like a racket. We spent the rest of the afternoon lost in the world of squirrel espionage. We imagined them holding secret nut-counting conventions, whispering passwords like Acorn Almighty and Hazelnut High Command. We even tried to decipher their chirps, convinced they were coded messages about underground nut empires. By the time the sun dipped below the horizon, our heads were spinning with nutty theories. We never figured out the squirrel's secret, but that didn't matter. The day was filled with laughter, imagination, and enough squirrel shenanigans to keep a whole zoo of hippos entertained. So, there you have it, friend. A story with more twist than a pretzel factory and about as much point as a feather in a blizzard. But remember, even in the face of your inevitable demise, there's always room for a bit of silliness, a dash of wonder, and enough nutty speculation to keep your mind occupied until the very end. And if you ever see a squirrel burying an acorn, give it a wink and whisper Hazelnut High Command. You might just get a coded chirp back. Or maybe they'll just think you're a crazy hippo. Either way, it's a fun secret to keep.